chat. Finally here after some shenanigans. That was rather unexpected having to deal with that, but here we are. Gimme. Pizza rolls. Is that the topic at the moment? Pizza rolls connecting to chat. Come on now. Are we connected? Are we live? Are we finally here? J'arrive. Goddamn late again. Can you hear me? Thumbs up. Loud and clear. Hi, Barbarian. Prickly Triangle, Alison, Bublina. Jiggy Wiggy Stardust. On air, y'all. Yeah, sorry about that, gang. Some unforeseens. But that's the way life is, isn't it? Hello, everyone. The OG Hambone. Hambone's going in the soup today. Not you, don't worry. But now, 6 glitz. Nadine, hello. Gimme a soup after midnight. We're making a Ričet Shield M8. Slovenia. Hello, Nixu, NYXU. BCB. Hi, hey, Estelle Decor. I've got it. Bianco's in. That's it. Crew's assembling. The hardcore cookers. Everyone else snoozing still, probably. It's a Ričet world. Alison's up super early on a Sunday. Anybody else from the States here today? Good afternoon, Charlene Marie 3. Or rather, Charlene Marie. Just going to do a bit quicker tidying. That didn't happen before the stream started. Naughty Dadzig. Say what you will. Some people don't like dishwashers, but they do have certain advantages, don't they? Luncheon. It's 7 to 4 a.m. in the States. Right. Oh. I.e. very early. Alright, guys. On the one soup where it was really necessary to get the recipe up earlier, classic, I only put it up on Instagram, so I don't know if anybody who's cooking along saw that. I hope so. 6:30 in Texas. Good morning. You work for a... Shut up, why are you disconnected? OBS is successfully reconnected. Yeah, well, I should bloody hope so. I don't see why you disconnected. Okay. Barley is moist. Where is Valeria and what did she do? Well, it's Sunday morning. Maybe she had a bit of a party. I don't know. Need to arrange my screen a little bit better there. There we go. So many options. So many things to move around. Okay. Come on now. I'm updating my layout, y'all. Nope, doesn't want to do that. Alright. Let's do that then. Do that. She chewed on a cable and passed out again. Naughty puppy. Animals are starting to make noises around 5. It's not so bad. Which animals are we talking about? During a break at work, she came running to wish you good luck with your cooking. At what age did you make your first dish? So Valeria said good luck with cooking. Is that right? Fissa game? At what age did I make my first dish? Oh, thank you, Ziggy Wiggy Stardust. Thank you. Why are we still fisting the celery measurements? Why not? for good measure. We might move on to animal paws at some point. Bublina gets in there. That's it. First one of the day. Which dish did I first cook? My mother, when I was about 13, because both my parents worked, and she was like, I was interested in cooking. I would watch cooking programs. And she said, all right, you're going to cook spaghetti bolognese. Now, bear in mind, this is the English version, spag bol. Jade of Trotsnav. Hello. Dog inside and the wildlife. That's it. So spaghetti bolognese, and then I would cook like once a week, not every week, but I would cook, and I was very interested in it. I liked it, and we also used to have family dinners together, you know. So like we couldn't afford to go get kebab, so we made our own kebabs and just bought what's the bread called now? What the hell is the bloody bread called? OBS. Guys, I don't know what's going on with OBS. It's sticking me around. Tech gremlins. I'm plugged in. It's hardwired. LAN is connected. So just this week, maybe it's the weather. We're raining here in Prague. It's overcast. I don't know if that's got anything to do with it. Whatever. Yeah. Yeah. So you know, I was going on my own to school and stuff, and then when I was, I don't know, 12, 13, I was starting to look after my bro as well. I'd watch cooking programs. My favorite one was Ready Steady Cook. I think I mentioned this before, and that really taught me that you can cook with any ingredients. And the program was 30 minutes, and in those 30 minutes, more or less, I mean, I think they edited it some, but in those 30 minutes, more or less, they cooked a dish, you know. Obviously, it took a bit longer, but you realize it doesn't really matter what. They also had the most amazingly stocked kitchen, right? So they had juicers and food processors and all the shenanigans in every pan possible. So you work with limitations, but you realize as long as you've got something in the cupboards and some onions and garlic, you're pretty much good to go. I think there was one time I cooked something because I had nothing left in the. I couldn't be asked to go shopping, and it was lost in translation moment. I decided to make like the spicy pasta thing, and there was a tin of what I thought was tuna. It was not tuna, guys. It was cod liver. They sell cod liver here that you can get it in the supermarket and people eat it. It is. I mean, I think just personally. And I put that in there, and I thought that does not taste good. So I just chucked chili in there and just more chili, and I think it's the only, possibly only the second thing that I've ever cooked that I've thrown out. It is literally cod liver. Yes. Imagine a tin, right? Like a tin that you would get sardines or mackerel in, and instead it. Why do I have it? Because I know people who like it. They eat it. They'll have it on toast in the morning. Honestly. So, there's a little bit of background. Let me get this dishwasher sorted out. And then we should probably start cooking because the beans take time. All right, guys. I've got a cheap pot, by which I mean I've got a pressure cooker. No, not Dashi. It doesn't matter. It's here. It's maybe a remnant in some ways. Now you got a song called Cod Liver Oil and the Orange Juice. Is that actually a song? You're shitting me. Yeah, liver is very healthy in moderation, but the cod liver just tastes foul. I mean, it's bad enough taking the capsules, which are sealed, and then occasionally you burp that up. An Instapot, pressure cooker, Sazzle Shakes, is by a Scottish folk artist. All right, I gotta look it up now. What's it called? Cod liver. All right. It's probably a good combination. Orange juice. So it is. There's lyrics even. Hamish Imlach. Oh my god. Cod liver oil and orange juice. Well, out the west there came a hard man away of the free Britain. Ah, glory, hallelujah. Well, I don't know if that's how it goes. Sorry, I have to make sure I'm a human before you can show this page. Look at me, I'm not a robot AI. Bull crap. All right, here we go. Anyway, Logan survives purely on chat's tears. It's true. Chat's tears and then a cake and a little bit of white wine. I'd rather eat mangoes. Me too, actually. He gets very tasty food with vegetables in it and all. Yeah, put the song on while you. I can't because of copyright shit. But you can all play this cod liver and whatever. All right, let me dig out this pot, y'all. It's going to save me some time. It's a cheap pot. If you don't have one, it's fine. But I kind of have the urgency to get this done during the stream. It's a very busy drawer, this one. A very busy drawer. All right. This is a Duramatic, which I got given. I don't ask me. It's an expensive pot. I'm very happy. I use it regularly, so it's not wasted. That needs a spring clean, doesn't it? That needs a spring clean. All right, so here's the thing with beans. If they've been soaked, it's a pressure pot. Yeah, it's a pressure cooker. Old school pressure cooker. I love it. I make stocks in this. Beef bones and turkey leg. Honestly, insane. We'll do that one day. But obviously you don't need it. The thing about a pressure cooker is it keeps the flavors in, doesn't it? I've seen Logan eat. It's not true, but you know, you were scared of it. Yeah, they seem scary, but to be honest, this one's pretty neat. It's got a safety valve actually that's on a wee spring. You know, yeah. Does that need replacing? Probably should get replaced every now and then, shouldn't it? So there it is. All right. I have soaked my white beans. Let's talk beans. Oh, look how juicy and plump they are. Now, typically, one discards this water. Could keep it. No harm. No harm. But it's good to have a water change, I guess. Now, no salt, guys. No salt. Some people will put salt in, but with certain beans, it keeps them harder. And so the thing is to just not put salt in at this point. What you can do, however, and I like to do, is I got my wee ball. My wee ball here. Yes. And I'm going to put some aromatics in there. Some fennel. Some of the herbs. Where are you? I put a bay leaf in already. This will flavour the beans ahead of time, which of course would happen in the soup slowly. One reason for adding aromatics is that that's why. Any of that stuff, fennel, anise, all those things are good for the guts. The soup's even got caraway in it, so we're just going to bang some caraway in there. Now, actually, probably not put it in the soup later. So just the beans will absorb that flavour. Yeah, half a teaspoon of each of those, something along those lines. In it. Oh, beans for breakfast, though. Aquafaba. Yes, chickpeas, particularly from the can, you can use to make meringues or thicken up. Thank you, Rumi. Good shout. I need more space on my shelf, Marjoram. No, thank you. Maybe a little bit of timian. Again, about half a teaspoon or so. I haven't got many beans. It's not. It's like 300 grams, so it's not a massive pot actually. And a little bit of rosemary. All those herbs. And then I guess we'll go some oregano. Sure, why not? Why not? This may be a bit off reservation here in terms of the recipe, but it's okay. Oh, lovage. Did I remember lovage? Scheiße, I did not get lovage. Got Bohnenkraut there, haven't I? Dude, how could you forget lovage? Did I not buy some the other week? There's my paprika, there's my salted smoky, garam masala, goulash mix, lovage. Yes, thank you. And we're going with some of those as well. Bohnenkraut. I don't know what's Bohnenkraut in English, Remy? Do you know? Goes really well with greens, anything. It means bean herb. And then chervil. Again, good for soups, anything like that. So, but you don't have to use aromatics. You can just boil the beans. So if your beans are ready to go and soaked, I would just start boiling them now. Okay. Either way, we are going to put 3 times, so it's 1 part beans, 3 parts water. It's roughly 2, something like that. I've just got my beans covered, yeah? There we go. Put my bay leaf dunked in there. And, oh, hang on. Where's the top? There should be a little squiggly for things. Can't find it. Guess it's still in the drawer. Bang that on the hob. Top heat. Obviously, every pressure cooker is different. Every sperm is sacred. Every sperm is pure. Clatter, clatter, clatter. I don't know if there's some disturbance. There's a little thingy here. Kuhn Recon, Swiss shit is always expensive, but it's always good. Okay. Now, we likewise want to cook up our barley. We want to cook up our barley, so I'll turn that on right away. Where's our barley? Sorry, not barley. What am I doing? What is it? Oh, barley. It is barley. It's from Monty Python. Canned beans are fine, Alison. Absolutely fine. Nothing wrong with canned beans. If you have time and inclination, you could just, if you have a pressure cooker, for example, I make a whole batch and then I can them up myself and then they're on the shelf. I got into a habit. Bear in mind, it was during the dark times a few years ago. I had more time on my hands, and I'd make a batch on a Monday, some of which I would use during the week, and I'd get like, let's say, 4 jars out of it spare. One week I'd do white beans, black beans, and so on, and then over about a month you'd end up with like 12 dozen different cans. You do not know the canned beans you just put in when everything else is cooked up. So right now really it's about the barley. So if you've got barley ready to go, give that a rinse. I do love barley and I don't cook it very often, which is such a shame. All right, so that smell, so good. Of course, if you're gluten intolerant, you could just use rice, whole grain rice, black rice, red rice. Get something a bit nuttier. There's so many varieties of rice out there, gang. And then give that a rinse. Make sure there's no crud on there. That water's clear. That's nice. Okay. And where is Bruce Almighty? Come on, Brucey, out you come. I'm going to refer to the. Yeah, all of this could be vegan. It's just a bean soup. It's just what you got, right? Or the recipe I found. So if you don't have any meat, just the rind from a bit of bacon. That'll do. Or if you're vegetarian, you could even chuck in the rind of Parmesan or Grana Padano or Gran Moravia. I saved mine. Here, look. I'll show you. Not that one. Well, that's actually cheese. Haven't been to the back of the fridge for a while, Michael. That's not true. I've been clearing out this week, but I did not realize. So look, Grana Padano, right? These little things, you're not going to eat that. Super hard. If you could chuck that into your stock or your soup if you wanted a veggie version. Obviously, if you're vegan, you're going to want to use something else for those flavors. Beans are clean. Cook them. Just bang them on, Alison. No salt. Yeah. So they want 1 cup beans, 2 cups water. And I made a cheat sheet a few years ago. For the pressure cooker, as much as anything else. But I don't know if you can see there. So I got white beans, yeah, probably navy beans, I guess. And I don't know if you can see that. There's an hour and a half if they're stovetop cooking time, and nope. What's going on here? Weird with my phone. I think somebody was trying to ring me, so I got to turn off my internet. Excuse me. Oh, no, down. Goodbye. There you go. Anyway, so to avoid gas, bay leaf, fresh ginger, cumin, fennel, coriander, summer savory, winter savory, anything like that. And these are soaked times. So your beans could take an hour to an hour and a half now. That's why they need to go on while we're cooking everything else. Roger. We might have a break in between, or I might just get the ukulele out. Now, if they are soaked 5 to 8 minutes, although I have found up to 25. But I'm going to do 8 minutes, then I'm going to do slow release on the pot, and then we're going to see. Schinken, why? Schinkenwürfel. What's wrong with Schinkenwürfel? Never rinse the beans. You can rinse the beans, never rush the beans. 'Tis true. They need time. But with the pressure cooker, it's quicker. So you've got them on. There it is. Let's have a look at this recipe real quick. What did they say about? Pour the water and push the barley and smoke meat in a large pot. 3 to 4 times the amount of water relative to the barley. So the water should cover the ingredients at least a few centimeters. Well, that's easy enough. In this pot here, I probably have a centimeter or so. So, let's use my finger. We're going to probably want to add more water later anyway. How's that? And then what am I using today? Well, I found a bit of something in the freezer. I'm going to use just a bit of Schwarzwälder Schinken. There's some Schinken for you. And then I went to a nice fancy shop. Well, I didn't put my pate away, that was a mistake. Pate! I don't always eat pate, but when I do, my goodness. And you can use anything really. Here's a bit of boiled smoked ham, and it said ribs. You're going to get some extra collagen from the bones and stuff. And ribs, I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, nice. There are about 300 grams of ribs, 200 grams of ham, and then I got that extra Schinken there. It's not quite covered. I'll just check a bit more on. And again, I'm not going to salt at this point because there's salt in the meat. Yes, that's going to draw a lot out. If you salt now, you might oversalt it. So that also needs to go on with a lid because then it cooks quicker. There we go. Add in the herbs later. So now we get on to our vegetables. Here is our celeriac, about the size of a blacksmith's fist. Huh? I believe this paper you can separate, so at least you're reducing your waste a little bit. As in theory, greasy paper should go not in the recycling, but who knows. Oh, we've got a mango in my. There we go. Hello. This is already bubbling away. Love a pressure cooker. Again, if you've got a birthday coming up, get yourself a frying pan, get yourself a nice knife. This stuff will last a lifetime. You are not. This is an investment. It's like buying anything good. You know? Back to this cheat sheet real quick. On the other side, I've printed out chart for doing cooking times, high pressure, tells you how much liquid you need, release method. There's quick release, natural release, which I'll go into later. And you make stocks and brisket and chicken and whatever else, vegetables, seafood, so on. Okay. I'm back. Do you know what's funny, Prickly Triangle, is that I wrote this out and I put these extra notes on, and then I put it through the laminator, and I had to use one of those pens that you can rub out with the other end, which disappears when you heat it. Still though, just see what comes out of the back end. Okay. Okay, so the pressure cooker's capped now, which means that the wee nozzle has popped up. Yeah, there's two lines on this one. All of them are different. When it gets to the second line, it means it's at full pressure. That's high pressure. Sometimes you want to cook at low pressure. We put it at high pressure, and then we will turn it down. That's the other advantage, is you lose less energy cooking one of these. Okay, let's wipe our surface down. There we go. So we've got our celeriac the size of a blacksmith's fist. Get under high pressure, under pressure. Looking down on me, looking down on me. Ba-da-ba-be-do, ba-da-ba-dee-do. Was a mess with them on a man. We just need a little. What's in the bag? Ginger, not for the recipe. Radishes, not for the recipe. Limes, not for the recipe. Onions, for the recipe. Radishes, not for the recipe. Patata-radas, definitely for the recipe. And of course, I haven't done Hema for a while. Guess I'm missing it. Put your lime in the coconut soup. Well, we'll do a coconut soup at some point, won't we? We'll get there. Those beautiful Asian soups. Oh. You got to sing the song if you wave that around. Not yet, I don't. Got to learn it, haven't I? And I will when we get to Finland. Ha ha ha! You better believe it. Okay, we're up to 2 strikes, 2 marks. And turn it down to 3. Just take it off the heat a wee bit. In fact, I'm going to swap these over because this one needs higher heat. Back up. Boop, boop, come on. Let's let that regulate a little bit, giving off a lot of heat. So basically what we found, right, if you've been paying attention, is we kind of have the same vegetables as our common friends every time, more or less. Carrot, root parsley, onions, garlic, for the European soups. Potato for thickening. What happened? Oh, but it's such a great song. Parsley. Some fresh parsley. If you can get Libby Jack, even better, but I could not find any. Brussels sprouts. That's for my own personal interest, nothing to do with the soup, not for the soup. Kohlrabi. About the size of an apprentice blacksmith's fist. Some garlic. Another kohlrabi, not for this soup. Just as it happens, some carrots. Some root parsley. There we go. Look, we've got our. This is it, right? This is the basis of all of the soups, pretty much, that we've done so far. Am I wrong? I mean, am I wrong? I'm not wrong, am I? Maybe I should. Hang on. I'm going to try something a little bit. Thank you. Thank you very much. It's going to be a little easier to manage. You can see my washing up now. There. How's that? Oh, there we go. Much easier to pan around. All right. Okay, gang. You still can't find a celeriac. She's at a pinch. Celery, parsnip. I mean, you know, sometimes you can't get what you can't get. There it is. All right, we're going to use one of those. I don't remember what the recipe said. I'm actually following the recipe more or less today. I don't know what yellow and red carrots are. So make of that what you will. I like carrot, so we're going to go something like that. That's just still cooking with barely being on the heat. It's amazing. Oh, and the herbs are coming out now, the smell. Okay. And it's a 1 to 2 potatoes for thickness. Let's bang a little third one in there. All right. Well, you know what happens now. Put the rest of this away real quick. And we just get prep in. I do love having a full fridge. You put the lime and the coconut, you put them both together, say, Doctor! You say, Doctor! Who likes, they stain like shit though. What stains? Oh, purple carrots, yeah. Well, that's what they used to be, purple and yellow. It was the Dutch is what came with the orange ones, but I think we now we eat the whole kedlubna. Yeah, that's what it's for. Probably not. It's not for putting in the soup. I learned that in Sardinia they have this kedlubna soup, this kohlrabi soup, and I've been putting it in soups rather than just. Well, my grandma in Germany would actually make it with a white sauce, you know, like not bechamel, but kind of. Anyway, let's get peeling. I think something else is bubbling away over there. So the thing about the beans, right? Talking about coloured fruit. Have you ever had yellow beetroot or the striped one? Tewkesbury. Tewkesbury beetroot. It's not all beetroot is red. You've seen it, not had it. It's good. It's a little less earthy. Red beetroot is very. It's kind of more earthy flavors. Um, why? What happened, Frag Lady? How did it traumatize you? What happened? Did somebody make you eat them and you didn't want to? I hate that shit. Don't force people to eat something. Man, their body might be telling you, right? Like for example, people don't like. I used to try and make my younger brother eat tomatoes. I want another carrot. I want another carrot. I used to make my bro eat tomatoes. He just hated them. And now he can do them cooked, but he still doesn't like raw tomatoes. And here's the thing, right? It's in the deadly nightshade family. Working class Anglo cooks and beetroot is way to ruin it perfectly. Oh dear. Deadly nightshade: peppers, aubergines, tomatoes, potatoes. I think maybe his body was just like, I don't want that shit. It's true, pickled beetroot tastes less earthy, but still. If you're traumatized by childhood eating experiences, there's not a lot you can do. We're not quite there yet. Oh shit, I wasn't counting. All right, I think we're done here. And I'm going to do a quick release because we have time actually, because the pearl barley's got to cook anyway. So look, quick release, yo. So what you do is, might get a bit noisy here, gang. Get the little wooden spoon. Where's baby? Not even baby spoon. It's baby spoon. There we go. Baby spoon's doing a big job. Ready? There's a lot of pressure. Baby spoon's doing a great job. Not quite there yet. It's almost boiling. Almost there, gang. A lot of pressure. Almost there. Okay. And I'm going to check the beans to see if they need some more cooking. They might well do. As I say, 8 to 25 minutes, but we'll be all right. What else? Who's got food traumas? Charlie Ham. What is it for you? Good job, little spoon. Drinking grappa, thinking it was water. Oh my god. Oh my. Oh. Mm. Was it cutting out again? Little spoon, successful quick release. Okay, check it out. Let's see how these beans are doing. The barley is a cooking. So I'm just going to turn that down to a hard simmer, somewhere around 7. And ooh. What do we got? How hard are the beans? Still hard. Press test. I don't know, they're softening up. They're kind of done. Yeah. I'd like to give them a little bit more. Got some salt in now. Oh my god. All right. I'm going to go in with some salt there. I'm going to go hard. A couple of teaspoons. And once they're done, I'm going to take them out of the fluid. Keep that lid off for now. We're done with you. Thank you. We'll carry on with our prep. Oh dear, OG Hambone. That does not sound particularly pleasant. The older generations have a very different attitude to this. I'm glad to say that although both my German grandparents were war children, or adults even, they never pulled any of that shit. And they also grew their own food, which is why I think I have a fairly happy relationship with food generally. But I know it's not the same for everyone. But let's, through cooking, see if we can't change that. So, all right, look at this little bleeder. What's going on here? You go, blasted spot. Well, yeah, but it's we're all grown ups here, right? So I think with some of us are the consequences of those parents or grandparents, and sometimes you just go through generations. It's all that shit. Yeah. So guys, we're a little it's cooking. I didn't put a timer on the barley. We're over 35 minutes at this point. So what's the plan of action? Really quite simple. Oh, I could have put a bay leaf in with the barley already, couldn't I? A couple of bay leaves in with the barley. It's a bit too vigorous, maybe. Turn that down. Right. Show. greens. They waste them in the Czech Republic. People throw them, cut them off, and just leave. You can eat these. Just blanch them or saute them, and then put a little bit of butter and salt on top. Um, you know, I really feel that's the case. Um, and some people just maybe don't need all that we're trying to give them. Oh yes, yes, those are the good bay leaves. Greens, frying with hot pepper. Yes, exactly. I was once at the checkout in a local supermarket, and the woman was like, "Ah, I bagged up a bunch of uh, kohlrabi greens," and I said, "Do I need to pay for these?" And she goes, "No, they're free for your rabbit, right?" And I said, "No, they're for me." And she went like this, as if I was some kind of twisted weirdo for wanting to eat greens. Because it's true that in the Czech Republic, greens are not really consumed. All right. So barley's going to cook, right? And when that's softened up a little, and the beans will be ready. And if you're cooking them separate, the beans you might have to hang on a bit, or you can just chuck them in when they're on the way to being soft with the barley, and keep cooking it until the beans and barley are soft, and then you put your vegetables in. Add some more water if you need to, salt, pepper, spices, and all that, and then cook it all up until your vegetables are soft, and then we are done. So, now, some people would say you might want to rinse your ham first. Others maybe boil it first because of the smoking. But I looked at the one I bought and it wasn't too smoked. Yes, Rumi, and liquid and solid carbohydrates in the form of dumplings and beer, of course. They will appreciate that you're taking good care of the rabbit. What happens to the rabbit, Bublina? Yeah, that's the thing, Bianco. This just makes no sense. Makes no sense. We also need different things. Kids need carbs. They're running around all the time. They don't need all that fiber. That's for all people whose digestions have slowed down. You know. Let's get a grip here. I don't know. Whatever. Um, hang on a second now. There's a step I'm missing here. I can feel it. And it says nothing about the onion. Where do you put the onion in then? A bit of a crap recipe. Next day, I'll read this. Pour the water from the bark. That's the barley. Put washed barley and smoked meat in a large pot. Water with fresh water. Blah 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 blah. Right. Adding vegetables. While the meat and barley are cooked, prepare the vegetables, cut greens, green parsley, kohlrabi. Finally, chop the onions and squeeze the garlic. When the barley is barely cooked, about 45 minutes. Barley is cooked 45 minutes. Add the sliced vegetables. I guess it goes in, so we're not frying the onions. Okay. Okay. Let's see what happens. I'm just doing it. Ugh. There were some bushes. We assumed they were very and didn't die, so they probably were. Yeah, laurel's very different. Laurel's bigger, leathery, more shiny leaves. Also, you can smell. You can smell bay. No cut vegetables. Eeyore. There's some like resources online where you can you'll find like funny ways to make up plates and stuff. Also, you can make oh, got the leak. You can also make up a cheese sauce. So I would you could make a green sauce, right? Not spinach, don't like it, but other green things like broccoli, for example, and then bang it in the blender and call it the witch's green potion or something like that. Yeah, find a cartoon. I don't know, it's tricky. I hear you. Arrange them into dipsticks. If there's a dip she likes, maybe she likes yogurt. Just make a yogurt dip. But yeah, if you just Google like how to make food playful, then you will find fun. But the sauce works. Like the red sauce could be if she's into dragon's blood. I mean, I don't know, maybe that's too scary. But the dragon's blood sauce or the witch's green sauce, the troll's green sauce, stuff like that. And then you can sneak vegetables into sauces and bang that on some pasta. I've tried everything. All right. Well, good luck. I hear you. Fennel. Oh yes, wild fennel. Funky stuff. Nice stuff. Okay, well we're almost there with the veg peeling. So then we'll get onto the veg cutting because we're literally got time. Hey Hangover, cooking's going great. Thank you. Quite excited about this soup. It's a bit different. We've been a little monothemic, a bit sticking in Central Europe, I realise. So I'm gonna look at the list of soups and just bear with me a second. All right, gang. Break screen image. Yeah. Preteen. Anyway, look, I don't know how much garlic it said, but I'm putting 6 in because that's what I like. Food poisoning from broccoli? Well, I understand if you're reluctant then. Why? This garlic is fact evident. It doesn't want me to do 6. Okay. Fine. Fine. All right, gang. So I'm going to trim up the leek. We're going to use just a wee bit off both ends. The rest will go in the fridge. La da 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 da. La, da. Oh no! Vegetable cascade. It's getting everywhere. It's getting everywhere. Milk, egg, broccoli, and eggs after the. I want to be friends with a tiny tree. Tiny broccoli tree. Okay. I'm going to turn these beans off. All right. Oh, we're just going to bang that in like that. Chopped up, maybe. Greens is legit. I feel a bit weird about not frying the onion, I have to say. See if I can't find a different recipe. Another one. Because it's a bit odd not to be frying. Do you know what I mean? Not frying onions feels a bit. Stop it. Like vegetables, barley. Fine, go away. Rinse and boil, set aside. Boil smoke. Alright, they're doing this a little bit different here. So this recipe I've got, so boil the barley, boil the ham separately, separate them, put everything in. Here we go, in another large pot. Oil, butter, saute onions, carrots, celery, garlic, and then with the water, you can add more water if you want, and then you cut up everything. Alright, so we're going to just do this on the fly. Guys, just give me a couple of minutes here, would you? And you're alone, abandoned as always. Gone for he's gone. Dad's gone out for a packet of fags and a 4-pack of Stella Artois. Don't worry, not my own urine. I'd be worried if it was this guy. Can you use powder, onion powder? You could do that. You could put that in. Why not? You could also put it in a pestle and mortar or a blender, whiz it up if you don't like the bits. Another option. You could use onion powder, I guess. Yeah. And who's being psychoanalyzed? What's going on? No leek battle. You missed the leek waving around. Anyway, whatevs. Ah, hydrate, children, hydrate. Right, I gotta put the kettle on. I need to make some snacks. Just another way that you're gonna. So we are going to fry the onions and garlic, and then the vegetables in a different pot. This is all going like this one recipe I found was not very descriptive, so we're going to go loose cannon. You see, I haven't done the fist yet. Hang on now, are we talking Disney princesses or characters? That's who we're psychoanalyzing. Yeah, there's a lot going on there, guys, isn't it? Mm-mm. You stand. You stand, Stan. Little wiggly one. Liberatus the elevators. Hocus pocus. Christmas songs, Michael. What the going on here? I'll have a couple of carrots as well. Apple. Is there anything more glorious than an apple? All right. Bear with me, gang. So, I'm going to check in on how long has the barley got? How long has the barley got? 15 minutes apparently. So I guess we could actually start with the vegetables. We'll check the barley in a minute. And then what's in here? You're just watching me trunching around in my kitchen right now. I'm sorry, chat. I'll be right back with you. I'll be right back. You have to go to bed, Bernard and a half. All right. Good night, yo. Return of the Mac. Here it is. Return of the Mac. Ah. Open that window, man. It's quite a pleasant day here today. Bit wet, spring-like though. All right. Where's the colander? Let's take the colander. But we will just wash this up. Get that out of the way. I'm going to take the beans out of the water. Am I going to waste the water? Absolutely not. That's full of flavors. Some people would discard it. I use it. Why throw it away? Penne with veggies and sauce alla arrabbiata. Very nice. Very simple. Does not need to be complicated. Right? Doesn't need to be complicated. So, big fat bowl of beans. There we go. Okay. Herbs we will take out. Bay leaf I will chuck in with the ham. and the bell barley. Pearl barley might almost be done actually. I have to say, I bought a bunch of more stainless steel. I already had some. I just bought a bunch more, and I don't regret having more stainless steel bowls because they will nest together. Right, put those to one side. There we go. There's our bean liquor. That's quite herbal. I think I went heavy with the. Went a bit too heavy with the rosemary. Salty. Be good. It should mean our beans are a bit salty. Just give that a quick rinse. And that's now ready for our oignons et végétales. Okay, barley's thickening up a little bit. That. We definitely want more liquid. That's all right. We'll move that over. Let's see. Getting there. A little too nutty. Still, it's got a lot of bite to it. I don't know if you can hear that. Etc. Ciao. Baby knife. Baby knife. Ha! Chop the onions. Chop the onions. Not the best onions I've ever seen. However, they'll go in. They'll be fine. Chop, 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 chop. Chop, chop, chop. Baby knife. Chop. More onions dropping shit on the floor today. What's the issue with gluten-free pasta? Oh, make your own. I've no idea how to make gluten-free pasta. I've tried making non-gluten-free pasta a very, very long time ago, back in the day when I was a teenager. So yes, I've got lard, haven't I? What lard? I'll use a bit of lard for this soup. Reconnected. Today, honestly. Bit of a pain in the ass, isn't it? Yeah, that's a kind of very quick, dirty pasta, if you will. But I mean, like Italian style pasta is what I meant. But you're right, Barbarian. That was actually a type of pasta. You're right. You are not wrong. We will continue with the pork-based product theme today. Chop, chop. Come on, Mikey. Come on. Come on now. There you go. That's quite a lot of onion. Good. I think the recipe said one. Gone crazy. Gone totally off reservation. Turn that up. Lad. Where's the lad? Hiding in the back. Come on. Come on, Lord. No, I don't want to. No. Right, Frag Lady. Tell you what, Baby Spoon's doing all the heavy lifting today. Very proud of Baby Spoon. Baby Spoon's doing well. Sweep up the onion. There we go. And we'll get the leek ready to go. I'll put that in a little bit later with the garlic. Crush the garlic. And give that a rough chop. It's a bit hot. The onions, I fear. I'm going to speed this up a wee bit. Send it down and boil some water. As I can tell, we're going to want more water. And once the veg is kind of ready to go, we take a bit of the bean water and some boiled water and just top it up a bit. Okay. And again, we're going to cut smaller pieces because it's going to speed up the cooking process a little bit. I'm using the micro tools today. I think I'll do halves, do rounds, half rounds. We have a different shape. Normally I would do good quarters. We're going to do half rounds today. For shits and giggles. Oops. Luckily it's a blunt knife. No blood today, thank you. Yeah. Keep that going a little longer. Getting there though. Getting there. So you should have your veg chopped, y'all, yeah? So you can go ahead and if you have another pot or in a frying pan and you can just chuck everything in later. Fry up the onions and once the onions are starting to glaze over a little bit, and you chuck in the leeks and the garlic, sweat those down, There would be a good time to put your pepper and other things in. And then we're just going to combine all of this somehow. Right, so my barley's not quite done yet. However, I've got another 5 minutes on that. And then once these vegetables are kind of browned, or at least sauteed a bit in the back of the pan, I'm going to put my carrots in first because they always take a bit longer with the root parsley while I'm chopping everything else in a moment. Okay. I've turned this right down, by the way. Oh God, it's gone everywhere. Scheiße. I don't want to burn garlic. My cook is clean, I swear. Anyway. Okay. With this, because it takes a little longer to cook, I normally go rounds on the thinner end, then halves where it gets a bit thicker, and then when I get to the thick end, then I work it into quarters so I can handle it better and it cooks faster. Yeah, really still in pain. You burnt yourself on your Istvan tattoo. Dude, Valeria finally arisen from whatever slumber you were in. We were supposing that maybe you had a night out last night. Or that you were chewing the cables again and it knocked you out. Going straight in with that. There's never 4 portions. 4 portions of my ass. Alright, got to deal with the celeriac, innit? In a minute. Alright. Kohlrabi, about centimetre thick slices, one direction. We're going to make weak little cubes. Roughly, like so. Oh my way, that's so good. Oh my god. Now I'm thinking about Swedes and turnips. Would we be interested in? I think we spoke about this. No, doing a British Sunday roast. Would we be interested in that? Yes. Whoops. All right. Okay. Little potato cubes. If some of those pieces end up being a bit smaller, that's good, because this is what's going to thicken our soup. Again, I didn't check what type of potato these are. I just got a bag of potatoes. So maybe they're the real firm ones. And they'll hold up under pressure and heat. Alrighty. Okay. Turn that up a wee bit. I'm going to hold back on the salt for now, but I am going to chuck some ground pepper in there. Doesn't say it, but I like a cheeky pinch of paprika. Just a wee bit. Let's have a look at the recipe. You're so fast I can't keep up. That's fine. You have time. I don't particularly because I need to kind of get you guys through it. What have we got? Marjoram, bouquet parsley. Yes, that'll go in at the end. So lovage, teaspoon, Libby check for the checks. Teaspoon, not too much, it's very strong. I also have chervil. I'm going to put a bit of chervil, and if you don't have it, that's fine. You could put a bit of oregano or something along those lines. And let that be for now. Fresh parsley we'll put in at the very end. So now let's deal with the blacksmith-sized ball of celeriac. Bublina, just keep cubing everything up. Yeah, you've got your onions in the pan, low heat. Put your vegetables in after. Keep stirring them. The hardest ones go in first. Celeriac cooks real quick. Potatoes are cooked through quickly as well. Carrots and the root parsley take a little longer. That's why they're in already. Again, this one's from the farmers market from last week, folks. Keeps, doesn't it? So, again, centimetre size cubes, like so. I'm only going to put a little bit of that bean water in, and I'll tell you why. Because it's, as I said, quite a lot of rosemary in there, maybe more than I should have done. The hardest ones go in first, absolutely. Oh, Jesus, with excitement now. It's over my chop cam. You got it, prickly triangle. And in the end, it all comes out soft. And well seasoned and tasting good. Disney princess, my ass. Well, I feel more like the genie in the bottle. All right. Okay, I'm going to chuck everything else in. This is not 4 portions. How is this ever 4 portions? I've made 8 portions again. I'm incapable of cooking small portions. All right. Check the beans out because I am going to take my meat out. Metaphorically. Where is that piece of ham? Where is that piece of ham? Ah, yes, now the pill barley's coming along. Where is that piece of shinken? Where is that piece of shinken? Where are those ribs? Where are those ribs? Okay. Look at that. How is that supposed to be 4 portions? It's insane. Either I messed up by combining recipes or something, or, well, it's very possible, of course. All 4 Slovenian portions are a distinctly different thing. All right, I'm just going to add a little bit of the salty water from the beans in there. What I'm actually going to end up doing is putting everything into the barley pot. So I'm going to turn both up high temperature. Beans back in here. Top those up. Top that off. 4 portions. I'm eating this all week again. Not complaining. We're having soup breakfasts. Oh, soup breakfasts, especially with beans. God, I love beans. I love food. All right. Let's put a bit more of this bean water in. I feel it's right. And look at that. There's our meat. Just kind of cool that off on the windowsill for a moment so I can break it up. As Rainy said, it should cut up pretty easy. I'm going to put the lid back on the pressure cooker, but I'm going to take the rubber ring out. It's not all of them you can do this, just to get it cooking up quick, but I don't want to start pressurizing it because then I can't open it. All right, we're almost there. Now those veggies have got to cook up right, isn't it? Put my leek away. Careful, no one steals your window meat. Bit tricky. On 3rd floor. Should be all right. No dogs to snap it up as they walk past. We got any first-time chatters come up today? 4 portions is a myth, yeah. Well, Alison, I shall be aware of that. And luckily for me, I've got one of those big long sticks with a fork on the end for pushing ladders back off medieval defences. Better watch it. It's made from a leek. I'm going to eat a carrot. And then I'm going to chop some parsley. I do that to you. Yeah, if you came looking to steal my ham that I've just cooked off the windowsill, yeah. There's Frosting Lumi. First time here. Nice. That's the way to do it. Bitter. Oh. Still going to eat it. That's not tasty at all. Rubbish. They're organic ones as well. Blech. They are any better. Not much. That's the way you do it and your kicks for free. Gotta do it. Gotta chop some ass. Gotta chop some. I beg your pardon, prickly triangle. Where's my name? No. Frosting. Lovely, thank you. What's wrong with the songs, prickly? You only have chocolate in the fridge. It's alright. Chocolate's a good substitute. Fridge is a good place to keep it. Alright, veggies are boiling. Once that other pot is up, I'm going to chuck it all together. Barley, beans. Beans are already in. Beans are in with the barley, bubbling up. I took the ham out. And, oh, tomato puree. A couple of tablespoons for the colour. I love a bit of tomato puree. 1 tablespoon, 2 tablespoons. That's how you guesstimate cook. You have a grudge against chocolate. You're not the first Italian I've heard say that. Bang. You've never seen it in a tube? No, really? Classic. You don't know that? Oh my god, it's so practical. Tomato puree. You don't want to use a whole freaking tin? Keeps for months. I mean, it says used by whatever, but bullshit to that. So concentrated. Much handier. And the Hungarians, they do the paprika in this as well. Pureed paprika. When I was making the goulash soup last week, you can buy a whole tube of mild and spicy peppers in a tube. Freaking awesome. Honestly. I hear you, Frostine. I'm also starting to do that again at the minute, with a view to reducing the Dadzig dad pouch a little. Just a little, don't worry. Okay. So pick the longest ones out. That looks awful. Get rid of that, because they'll go in the jar of water for later. That looks awful. Get rid of that. Cook that. The small ones I chop straight away, and the ones with the longer stalks keep longer. That's the way I do it. So if they're really small like that, there's no point keeping that. Looks like it's going already. Looks like it's going already. Well, maybe. Actually, maybe. Nah, got it. Sorting through in it. Get rid of the yellow. This is worth doing. I used to work for a greengrocer for a while, and as part of the job, it's like anything. You need to kind of maintain, right? He says, ha ha ha. Okay, so these ones, nice and bushy. So many opportunities today. I'll get them in a glass. And do I have any glasses spare? Do with a jar, couldn't I? Oh, by the way, you know those sweet potato sprouts last week? I said if you just stick them in a jar, they'll grow. Look, look, got roots. Magic. Okay, they are both boiling, so I will do swaps there. This is the bigger ring. Well, this is going to be a maneuver. Oh, got the beans. Oh my word. Oh my word, this is 4 portions. Jesus. How do I end up making soup for an army? I don't think I've ever managed to cook 4 portions, and I'm following a recipe. This is hilarious. All right, come on, little spoon, do your business. This is very thick. Oh my word. I'm going to put a little bit more hot water in there. Rinse this pot out for a start. Waste not, want not. And now would be a good time to try the liquor. More pepper, more salt. Definitely more pepper. Now we haven't put our marjoram in yet. A little bit of that. I'll even go some powdered garlic. This is clogged up. Gets a bit clogged up with powdered garlic sometimes. Like, yay. And a wee bit more paprika. Just a smidge. Like that. Marjoram. That's mixed herbs, Mikey. That's oregano. Up here, marjoram. Just a half tablespoon. Crush, crush, crush. Maybe a little bit more. My spidey senses say a little bit more. Okay. What else have we got? Laurel leaf, yes. Laurel. It's not laurel. Jesus, it's a bad translation. Bouquet of parsley, tomato paste. What's the other recipe say? Salt and pepper. Okay. That's like an American recipe then. No offense. We all do things differently. I'm gonna install microwave ovens, refrigerators, margarine, black pepper. It's about the size of it. Okay. So we are going to take a bunch of this to just chuck in and cook right now. Because we want those flavors. And then we'll chop some more for a garnish later. Don't have to, optional, I guess. Again, use what you have. I like to put the stalks in if I'm cooking them. Chop them nice and small. It's all more fibre, isn't it? There we go. Wet hands though. It'll stick to the wet hands. And set that aside for now. And the pan cleaned out. Because you just want more liquid for a soup, right? Defo, a bit more salt. Oops, hold the spoon the right way up. Normally helps to work as a container. A little bit of that. All right, so while that is bubbling away, I think I could do with more liquid, but we'll worry about that later. Almost there, folks. Now we're going to get our meat. And it's cold enough to touch. Not going to burn me. Oh, hang on. Get the fats out. So, start with the ham. It's the easy one. I'm going to cut this into cubes. I'm actually going to dress the plate with this, I think, rather than chucking it back in the pot. It will get potentially lost in the mix. As mentioned at the very beginning of the stream, if you weren't here, someone did say that this actually started out as a vegan or a vegetarian soup, and absolutely you can make this without meat. Oh, no worries, Jade. Avec plaisir. Right, there's the fatty bit. There's the skin. I'm going to put that back in the pot because it's just going to keep giving flavour. Now this is quite salty, this, because this is the Schwarzwälder Schinken. There's some bits of fat. Chop that up. Chop it up. There you go. And so thusly, I'm going to cut this into smaller pieces so it doesn't become so overwhelming in the mouth. I think actually I'm going to chuck this back in and present the ribs and ham. Okay. You've souped too close to the sun. What happened? Oh, shite. Use 2 pots, then bubbling out. I've had to do that before. Yeah, I feel I have compassion for you. Four portions. Anyway, you've got a gang around you, so hopefully they'll appreciate this. We're almost done here. 2 shakes of cat's whistle there, gang. Evil Gang Cinema account? What are you talking about? There's an Evil Gang Cinema account? Excuse me? Uh-huh. Alright. I'm going to work this off the ribs. Baby. Very back ribs. Oh, dear. Start with that. Oh my God. Smell. I'm not like super huge on the pork, but something about some smoked ham ribs. Hot, hot, hot. Now, Commander Riker. Bridge is under your command. Okay. That's how you know it's cooked well, when it just comes off the bone. Mm-hmm. Sorry, Alison. Interacting with neighbors. Who'd want to do that? All right. So, we are almost there. Awesome. Chuck it in. All right. So now it's a question of checking the barley, checking the barley, and checking the vegetables, like if they're cooked or not. Beans. I love beans. Let's have a look. Need a board. I'm going to go right with this one. Potatoes done. Kohlrabi's done. Whole barley. Close enough. That'll just soften up. You want a little bit of texture. That's what I like about pearl barley. It holds itself a little firmer. Any carrot pieces? I've got with a tiny spoon. I know, you're doing well. You don't have big cups, but surface capacity, dear. Not a judgment on your character. Kohlrabi's not done. Potatoes done. Carrot's almost done. Now, I like raw kohlrabi, and because we're a little tight on time now, I'm just going to dish this up and eat because I'm hungry. And I love parsley, so I'm not going to hold back on that. Okay. All right, there's the moment of truth. All right, so when you serve up, you need to be aware that the pearl barley likes to sit at the bottom. So I will have a look in a second. And make sure you dig yourself out some beans. The veg tends to float to the top, although it is quite nicely distributed. I'll have a look in a sec. I'll have a look in a second. Where's my ladle? Where's my ladle? Okay. Okay, gang. So where are we at? We put a bit of pork meats on top. Yes. Splash, splash. Bam. A little bit of parsley. Bam. All right, gang. Taste test. If you're still cooking, just keep cooking until it's done. Yes. You just keep putting more. Very thick. You can keep putting more liquid in. So here we go. It's gonna be hot. do with a little longer. But we've been 2 hours already, so oh my word. Yeah. If that tickled away for another 15-20 minutes, that would be ideal. And then tomorrow it's going to be even better, always. Good stuff, guys. We'll put some pepper on it. I love pepper. Cooking the spoon. So I'm going to close my pot up, turn it back, just to let that sit for a bit. There we go. Crack of pepper. Who doesn't like some beans? So this is very hearty. Bang. I'm going to switch out for tonight, for today. We're done with our cooking stream for today. Thank you, Lord's wordplay. Really good. Ridiculous. We love soup. Next week, I don't know where we're headed next week, actually. I need to check which capital is next closest after Ljubljana. We're not. I don't think we're at Supplognon yet. I don't think Paris is the next closest capital after Ljubljana. So, but as I say, we've been kind of in Central Europe for a while, so maybe I'm going to shake things up. It is Zagreb. I think you're right. Yeah. Shield, mate. But anyway, I will let you know in due course. Get some more emotes up. This coming week, I will be streaming with Logan on Thursday evening, if not before. We'll get we're going to read in somewhere along the lines. Because after Rue Morgue, obviously there's the follow-up one. Oh, this soup is making my nose around, which always. Woo! Come on now. Hype level train 1. The hype train started a bit late today. And next weekend we'll do a cook as well, but I don't know. Taking schedule notes. Yeah, we need to discuss this, Raimi, of course. Subject to your availability and whatever else. Absolutely. But weekends seem to be working for cooking, at least for me. So we carry that on. And I'm really enjoying this today. And we'll get back to it. Is anyone streaming? Can we raid someone? Is anybody raidable? Woohoo! Thank you, Tsutsumi. Oh, cool. That's nice. Merci, Lilymush. OBS doing it again, just right towards the end. No idea what that's about. All right, gang. Yeah, rest up. Choo 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 choo. There's different nose shape things that we can. Um. uh, Thank you, Bubonici. Bubonic. All right. I'm gonna do it. I'm stopping. I'm stopping. Work out the reverse angle. What am I trying to do? This? Muppetry.